Now, in part 2 of this video, we're going to reflect this line over the x-axis. Reflect over the x-axis. All right, now, when I reflect over the x-axis, look what happens to the y numbers. The y numbers are going to become negative. All right? So I will say the y numbers change. The x will stay the same. The x numbers will stay the same, but the y numbers will actually change. All right, let's do this in a different color. Let's do this in green. Okay. So if I want to reflect these points over the x-axis, let's start with this one. This point I went over 3 and I went way up 7. So to reflect it over the y-axis, I'm going to bring it way down here to -7. This was 2, 5. I'm going to bring it down to 2, -5. This is 1, 3. I'm going to bring it down to 1, -3. This was 0, 1. I'm going to bring it down to 0, -1. This number was -1, -1. I'm going to bring it now to -1, +1, because I'm switching these points as well. Okay? This is -2, -3. I'm going to go up to +3. This was -3, -5. I'm going to go way up to 5. This one was -4, -7. I'm going to go all the way up to +7. Now, I've translated, I've reflected my line over the y-axis or the x-axis. Okay? So now we started off with y equals 2x plus 1. Now, again, I want to put it in y equals mx plus b format. It has to be the same way. Now, but look what happens now. My y-intercept, now, you see the green point? It's on -1. So my y-intercept is on -1. And what happens to my slope? Well, my slope is also going in a negative direction. And again, it's going down 2 over 1. So it's -2x. So in this case, my new line is -2x minus 1. Now, I want to show you how we can get to that point, however. When we're showing this, we're going to go like this. Y equals, watch what happens if I put a -1 in front of this whole equation, this whole function, 2x plus 1. If I put a -1 in front of that whole function, then it will end up being this when I multiply it out. So when I reflect over the x-axis, I put a -1 in front of the function. I put a -1 in front of the entire function.